Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Monday, August 26th, 2024. This thing went a little crazy. I hope you can all hear and see me okay. Before we do anything on this lovely post market video, and we have a lot to talk about, today is National Dog Day, people. Look, these things are awesome. And I found this little guy here in a shelter, and we really need to do our part, people, to make a positive difference in this world. And part of that is being kind to everything and everyone, and of course, of animals here. There are so many homeless animals out there that need your help, that really could use a home. And I would urge all of you, if you're able to, adopt a pet. It's just so important, and these things give you unconditional love. Now with that, I understand it's kind of an obligation, but if you can't adopt a pet, contact your local shelters here. These places are overrun, and they really could use some help. And that doesn't mean you have to donate cash. It would be nice if you could, but if you can't, just old blankets, towels, and stuff like that. I donate every single month. I allocate this to my budget to shelters in my area, and I really do hope that all of you, can do the same thing. Who knows? You might find a new member for your crew. Anyway, I can't race for a while. Most of you know, with my retina here, I had to have it kind of reattached. I'm out of commission for a little bit, so no racing for the Gregster over here for probably about a month. But I'll keep you on top of that. But anyway, that's it. I want to bring this to your attention. So please, let's do our part to improve this world, to make the world a better place. Period. The freaking end. Now, with that said, Coco's going to come lay down here. Lay down, buddy. All right. So, look, a new record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The other indices are going to follow very, very soon. And, what I really just, people are too funny. Oh, Greg, you're wrong. The top is in. It's over now. It's not over. It can't be over. These central banks are about to pump us all so full of debt, the world, that you just have no idea. Maybe you do if you follow the blog. That's about it. But this is a whole new ball game here. Emergency monetary policy. I want you to think about that. We have been told, I don't know how many times, how strong we are. We're the envy of the world. Our economy is booming. So tell Greg Mannarino one more time, because Greg isn't too smart, really. Tell Greg how it is that central banks around the world are starting to implement emergency monetary policy. This is known as quantitative easing, easy money. Now, I want you to think about this. This is crazy. This was earlier. The Dow was in record territory. Again, we finished at a record. Dow attempts record peak as good is good again for the stock market. People, we haven't had a single good piece of economic news in many, many, many years. Many, many years. Since prior to Obama. It's all been fake. It's all been floated on oceans of debt. Now, the reason why they're telling you this good is good again, are you ready to laugh? Let's have a little fun, you and me. The truth is always hidden in plain sight. So this is a headline. Durable goods orders rise in July. In other words, they want you to believe that things are just really good. But here's one. This is right off the Federal Reserve's own website here. Durable goods orders over an entire year. We've gone nowhere. We're flat. You see, but again, I always tell you, utilize the Federal Reserve's own website as a weapon against them. As a matter of fact, someone had a headline saying that durable goods orders are surging higher. They're not surging anywhere. Does this look like a surge to you? We are stuck in a range. We've gone nowhere in a year. And good is good again. Let me tell you something about this good is good again. Okay, I just showed you what a lie that was here. It's just a piece of propaganda, of course. There's nothing good. Nothing at all is good. Again, what did they do? What did they do? They erased. They just vanished. Poof, out of thin air. 818,000 jobs that were supposed to have been created. Well, they weren't created. So fabricated. All the numbers are fake. All the data is fake. The stuff that these media outlets pump down our throats and up our rear ends and everywhere else is fake data. You cannot possibly make that up. We are in, we've never seen anything like this before. Crystal, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, Yes, you're right, Dave. You're right about that. It's pretty. I say doubled, but maybe if I say triple, people they wouldn't believe it, but it's true. Read what Dave just wrote here, people. It's kind of it's absolutely insane what we're witnessing here, and you know this. We've outlined this so many times from years and years and years ago. Before this, before any of this stuff, we outlined how it was going to happen. Carlos, thank you. It can't stop. See, they can tell you whatever they want. They're going to fist feed you garbage, nonsense, propaganda, and everything else you can imagine here. But the fact of the matter is, the system can't function in any other way. It must relentlessly pull more debt into the now. It can't stop. That's the nature of how it works. But how this progresses, 900 octane, thank you. It's 25. Hard or soft landing, dude, it's over, man. It's over. It's absolutely over. All we're going to get is more debt pumped in, and it's going to, of course, foster the stock market. Again, this is nonsense. I despise this so much here. Good is good again. Good is good again. Really? How does this look? How good is it when we've done nothing with the good? That's what they're pointing towards. Durable goods orders, flat. This is an entire year. As a matter of fact, if you look here, back in November of 23, we've gone down. You can't make this stuff up, man. It's impossible. But that's where we're at. I don't want all of you guys and girls to really underestimate what they have in store for us. Shock and awe may be another way to put it here. They are already setting the stage here. The COVID, the freaking pandemic, scamdemic, that was phase one. That was a global test bed. Right now they're starting in Massachusetts, 4 towns now. Fruity boy, thank you. What they have in store for us is very, very ugly. Okay, they're killing us via inflation. And then they have the propaganda ministry trying to tell us that the Fed is fighting with all they have. If the Fed were really fighting with all they have, what they would need to do is contract the money supply. They would need to vastly increase rates, but you won't hear about that. Kaka Kamala has no idea about this kind of stuff. Okay, it's not her forte. I got it. I'm not calling her stupid, but she does not understand the financial system. Trump, on the other hand, does. I believe he understands it, but he can't tell you the truth. He must lie. He must deceive you. And you know where this is all dark side stuff. You know where all that stuff comes from? The lies, the deceptions, the distractions. It doesn't come from the Almighty here. Okay, it comes from a very dark place. Anyone that's trying to tell you and lie to you via omission, pointing at Tic Tacs, whatever it might be, pointing at so and so for inflation here. Meanwhile, he borrowed more into existence twice as more than Biden did, but it's Biden's fault. See, they can't allow you to know. Biden can't tell you. Well, first of all, he's old and decrepit, not his own fault. He's demented. Mitch, thanks again, and Crystal, thanks again too. Kamala don't know. Trump knows. You must be lied to. Period. You cannot be allowed to know the truth. If he would appoint, he or Kamala or anybody would appoint the Federal Reserve, I mean, that would expose everything. It can't be allowed to happen. What we are going to get is incredible. You and I, okay, for I don't know how many months now, many months now, we started talking about currency devaluation. We haven't seen anything yet. Again, understanding the mechanism here. The Fed's not magical. No central bank, and there's a whole bunch now that are now instituting emergency monetary policy. They got to create cash out of nothing. They got to get into the market and buy it. They're giving themselves permission to do it. You don't hear an outcry here. No one's, as a matter of fact, you're hearing promises for lower rates out of both Kaka, Kamala, and the Big T. They're promising you this because they think you're stupid. They're fulfilling the corporate agenda. They work for the Federal Reserve. They don't work for you. I think we're pretty clear on that. Anyway, you see, what we need here is a real leader, someone who has guts and balls enough to tell you that the last two things that we need are lower rates, which they're both promising you, and a weaker dollar, one in the same. You can't pull these things apart. No one has. You see, there's again. There's them. There's us. They think you're stupid. They know that most people. In fact, they know all of their followers are brain dead. Those out there that sitting behind rah, they're all stupid. I mean, they all deserve to be, rolled over like a steamroller. If they get in Greg Mannarino's way or your way, they're going to lose. And good. We need some people to lose. Period. Let them lose because we're going to win. And I don't like to win at the expense of anybody, but I'm telling you the truth. This is a game. This is a competition in many, many ways here. And the smartest people, which is all of you out here, we're invincible at multiple levels because we have each other's backs all the time. And we have little creatures' backs like this one, right? Look. Anyway, so what we're about to see is just unbelievable here. More easy money on a scale you can't believe. We're going to see record high, record high, record high, record high for this market. The economy is going to continue to crater around the world. Again, stop thinking about just the United States, the United States, the United States, the United States. This is a worldwide phenomenon. You understand? And that's the truth. We're all really in the same boat here. Jeffrey, thanks, buddy. Anyway, look, I want to bring something to your attention that's kind of interesting. So this is the MMRI. You know how this works. Again, this is not squiggly numbers. This is showing us in real time what is happening. The Fed buying all the debt. The more debt they buy, the lower this is going to go. The more the dollar is weaker, the lower this is going to go. Now, if you look, we're kind of at a support level here. Do you see this here? We're at a support level. I believe we're going to fall right through here. Is it possible we get a bounce first? Absolutely. But I believe we're falling through here. It just makes perfect sense. Again, the Fed has to make their announcement. The Fed's already cutting rates, okay? We have mortgage rates at a 2-year low right now. But again, they haven't made the announcement, so it's not real yet. You have no idea how that makes me laugh. Think about what I'm about to say, and I've told you this a million times. Fed's in here. They're obviously buying all the debt, pushing yields down, and that's causing rates to fall. But they're not cutting rates because they haven't made the announcement that they're doing it. People have been so dumbed down in the United States, and I guess around the world too, that they have to be told. They have to hear it first to believe it's happening. And even then, they don't believe it too. You know, it's an incredible freaking thing. Yeah, my printer, this printer here, it's not even old. I just got this a few months ago. It's already messed up. See how it's printing? It's kind of weird, right? I don't know, man. I'm just going to use it until it explodes. What can I tell you? Anyway, so you know the story here. They're going to buy it all, and we're going to see this market. As we all said, look, Dow record high right now. Who's surprised here? No one, not one of you, because we called this before. Everyone's called for a crash, but not you and me. See, I hate that. I despise, really, people who are misleading people on a grand scale, because that's really what's going on. Let me say something else here, people. I don't want you to pay attention to what I'm going to say. Never be afraid to take on something or change yourself, okay? You can always shake it off, and you never know. You see, people, unfortunately, they live by someone else's rules. You know what I'm saying? And look, and the reason why I'm even bringing this up, I just had a long conversation with one of my best friends in the world, Jeff. You're probably watching this right now. And I'm going to talk about you for a minute, buddy, because you really got me thinking yesterday. So my buddy Jeff was in a long-term relationship with a really, really nice woman. It just didn't work out. All right. And he's a little messed up about it. And I think the reason why he feels that way is she wasn't allowing him, and this is his take on it. I don't know if this is actually true. He was perceiving it as she wasn't allowing him to kind of be himself. And that caused a lot of problems here. He wanted to make some changes to his life, and she kind of was not really into it for whatever reason. Forget about it, man. You got to be true to God, number one, and true to yourself, number two. Once you do that, everything else in your life is going to fall right into place. You're not living here for anybody else. You live for the Almighty, and you live for yourself. If you do that and you live true, and you're true to yourself, and you're true to your word, okay, everything else will fall into place. Believe me on this. Okay, that's kind of how I live my life, and I think I've done a pretty good job. So understand, we don't need anyone to dictate our lives to us. All right, you live the life you want. You make yourself happy. Answer to God, yourself. Everything else will fall into place. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. All right, Jeff. So maybe that'll help you out too. Again, I was on this long-term conversation. Now, people, let's talk about something. You never hear this. You never hear this. And there's a reason for that. So Bank of America, my least favorite Wall Street bank. Now, the only reason why I say this, okay, look, I've talked about Bank of America for a long time. If you look at Bank of America's performance compared to its peers, it's not doing very well. I do believe that of all the Wall Street super banks, this one here is probably in the worst shape. Okay, I have a lot of friends that work at these institutions, and we talk, and I hear things. And you hear them right out of my mouth too. So Bank of America is telling its clients to buy gold like central banks. I find that very interesting because you see, that's what you and I have been doing for the longest time. What have we been saying? What's our motto? What has been our motto since day one? Bet against the debt. Become your own central bank. You understand? We are mimicking what the elite are doing, what the central banks are doing, and that's why we're in all the right spots right now. And we're going to continue to be in all the right spots here. So gold is experiencing a remarkable rally. I'm just reading this, outperforming even tech stocks. Bank of America strategist so-and-so advises his investors to continue to buy gold. Anyway, look, it's a no-brainer here, people. Like I spoke earlier today. It's kind of funny because I asked a lot of people in my morning video. I said, for those of you, and there's a lot of people that are haters on gold, haters on silver, haters on commodities, and you know my take on this. You need to be in commodities. You need exposure, especially the silver. And I got very few responses because I asked people, if you're one of these that don't like it, Crystal, hold that thought, man. I'll tell you in a second. Thank you again, though. Anyway, Keith, thank you as well. It's too simple to me to understand that this is where we need to be. And people really couldn't come up with a legitimate answer. Again, we understand the situation. It's risk on. It's risk on massively because of what central banks are doing right now. There's no doubt about it. Central banks are inflating us to death. That's their goal, to own it all, to be the lenders and buyers of last resort. People, how long have you been hearing this? Some of you have been with me since day one. Well over 10 years ago. I've been telling you that forever here. Okay. It should make sense to you. That's their power. It's their Achilles heel. If we could stop a central bank from issuing a single dollar, just one, let's say, again, people, look, it's too easy. What we're hearing from Kaka Kamala, from the Big T, plays right into what the Federal Reserve wants. Okay, both of them have been vetted by Wall Street. You know how this works. Every president, every prospective president goes to Wall Street first. They have a big sit down with the real power players. They're vetted. Once that happens, then they go to you and they say, I'm going to help you. They're given a script. Each one of them is given a book to study. This is a fact. Study this book. This is what you're going to say. Again, it's a divide thing, of course, but to keep people confused. But they tell them certain things. It's no secret. It should be no surprise to any of you that the Big T and Kaka Kamala both are promising you lower rates and a weaker dollar. This is what the Fed wants. When they hear, when what they say, when they tell Donald Trump to say, what they tell Kamala to say comes out of their mouth during a rally or whatever it may be, they sit back smugly in their back office there. And they're loving every freaking second of it. Every freaking second of it. Thanks, Keith. The new system, they're working towards it very diligently. Now, look, with regard to $8,000 gold here, you all know my take on this. It couldn't be, this was a question that was asked just a minute ago here. It's too easy to understand how this is going to play out. People, the game is risk on. The lower the MMRI goes, the more on sale commodities are going to go. What we're waiting for and what we're eventually going to see is a spike here. And off this, this could go into the thousands. Okay, a sell-off in the debt market is going to happen at a time of their choosing, but they got to set it up right. They need a scapegoat, whether it's going to be war, whether it's going to be a disfiguring disease. Polio is making a comeback. You know that, right? Monkeypox, something that's visible, because people don't know what encephalitis is. I already told you already. People don't even know. So, do you happen to know what serum glutamic oxaloacidic transaminase is? Yes, that's a real word. If you know what that is, then you're either a doctor or a nurse, and I congratulate you. Yes, serum glutamic oxaloacidic transaminase. How many of you know what lysergic acid diethylamide is? You probably know that one, don't you? Right? Yeah, some fancy words that Greg Mannarino just happens to know. Anyway, people, look. People are too dumb. So what they got to do is they got to scare the living hell out of them by something they can see. You want to use the Bible here, okay? All of you know I'm a very spiritual guy. We've been told that there's going to be a mark, okay? Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, with that said, I think they're going to throw something like that at us. They're using this encephalitis thing, this equine thing, this horse thing that now people are going to get and they can transmit it to each other. It's just complete nonsense. They're scared of the living hell out of people. It ain't going to work. They're using it as a test bed, and then they're going to see where this goes. Anyway, look, with regard to Bank of America, people, this is a no-brainer here. Silver is my favorite asset of all freaking time. You all know that. Of course, this is anybody with a fraction of a functioning brain. So no, this is a controlled demolition of not the U.S. empire, of the entire world. I didn't read Jeff's book. Happen to like the guy a lot. Think he's real smart. In fact, he's very, very smart. But this isn't just a phenomenon in the United States here. And Jeff knows that. So if he's only talking about a controlled demolition of the U.S. empire, it's global. Anyway, look, here's a fun fact for you. This is from July 11, 2018. 25% of the world's gold is in a vault under Wall Street. Oh, absolutely here. According to the key to gold, as of this time here, this was July 11, 2018, there were 508,000 gold bars equaling 6,350 tons worth of gold hidden 80 feet below Wall Street. Why do you think that is? Because it's a barbaric relic? Come on, man. People, you gotta be kidding me. Now, how about this? Oil prices spike as Libya's eastern government announces halt to oil production. Do you see what I'm talking about? They're weaponizing crude oil. They're using war, pain, death, suffering, whatever they got to do. Of course, supply chain disruptions, everything else you could possibly imagine. Exactly. They're selling fear. They want people to be afraid. They want people. This wasn't enough. Face diapers, a cough, whatever it might have been, fevers and rashes. It wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. They need something so fearful, something that'll make you run to the doctor and get another bioweapon, a warp speed bioweapon. It's a beautiful thing. To get pumped into your body. Yeah, that didn't work out too well for millions of people. I tell you, man, it's too sick what we're seeing here. But again, look, man, I can't imagine a scenario, seriously, where we can lose. Understanding the dynamics that are in play, the games that are being played on us, the lies. I mean, you can't even watch CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, any of the outlets here. Fox News, CNN, it's all lies. It's all propaganda. It's all deceptions. It's all distractions. It's all about division, man. They can't allow us to come together because then we could take back the system. And we got to end central banking. People, I don't know how to say this another way. We cannot be a free people if we all around this world have to live under the rule and guide of a central bank. These entities collectively run our lives. They control the flow of information. They are the ones that choose who gets to sit in an office and what tales they're going to tell you here. The entire world, people, is controlled by a handful of people. A handful. The rest of us are a means to an end to this handful of people. I think we're pretty much on the same page, right? So, and it's all about control. Enoch, thank you. It's all about control. And I can't imagine what they have coming for us, people. It ain't going to be pretty. Disease process, more war. They got to blame something. Understand, the system is not going to melt down going back to $8,000 gold. Okay? That's, I think, a very legitimate target. And I did a whole video about this. I wrote a whole paper about it. Please, if you haven't seen it, just go through my videos and check it out. I lay out the entire case. Or if you subscribe to my free newsletter, same thing. Go check those out. I don't want to cover it again, but it won't occur. You and I right now are being given an opportunity of a lifetime, not because Bank of America is saying that you should buy gold like a central bank, not because 25% of the world's gold is hidden in vaults under Wall Street. No, none of that. Okay. We're buying now because it's on sale. The mechanism is too easy, people. It's too easy. When they're pumping all this debt into the system, okay, and then they're lying to us, telling us how inflation is going to come down. It's going to be a beautiful utopian society. We're all going to be rich, and you're not going to have to struggle anymore. It's just a beautiful thing, and good is now good. Look at this. Good is now good again for the market, and this is the lie they're selling you. Flat for a year. Durable goods orders were so fantastic that they're flat for an entire year. That's how great it is. But you see, I guess that's what they want you to believe because they think you're too stupid to utilize the Federal Reserve's own website as a weapon against them, which I've been telling you for I don't know freaking long now. Central banks are the spawn of evil, man. It's all about control. They don't give it. They're not human. Neither is any of these puppets that they put into office. Who are told to regurgitate a specific script to you and me. That's all they do. It's not real. Don't you realize that by now? You know what's real? Love. And this is love right here. My little pit crew guy here. Love is real, people. You know what I mean? Go. Did Daddy get a kiss? Thank you. Did you see that I got a kiss? Buy the dips. All right, people, look, I'm going to open this up a little bit to all of you. I think we covered a lot here. With buying the dips, I want you to hold your fire. If you are one of my lions out here who's looking for an opportunity, I've already covered this for you. Hold your fire. I want you guys and girls that are looking. We've been buying every dip that comes along here, and we've been killing it. Okay? We've been not just like, look, we're adding to our stashes of gold and silver, exposure to commodities, cryptocurrencies, and yes, we're buying the market. And we've been buying every dip that's come along for many years now. We're going to stop for now. What we're going to do, you know what I'm going to tell you if you've been with me, okay? Lava knows. We're waiting for the announcement, okay? You and I don't have to be told what the Fed is doing. That they're doing already. The rest of the world is waiting to be told because they're infantile entities, and they must be told when something is happening. Don't believe your own eyes. Don't believe your own ears. You must be told, like a little child or a little dog, what's going on here. You understand what I'm talking about? When the Fed makes their announcement, I think there's a very, very high probability that there's going to be a sell the news moment. And it could be substantial. Well, if I'm wrong, what did we lose? We lost nothing. The market will keep going up. Then we'll look for another opportunity to buy. But I want my lions out here to play the game like I'm playing the game, okay? Play the game like me, and you're not going to lose. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to lose. So let's just sit back, put some powder away, wait for the announcement, see the market reaction. We're going to watch the MMRI. We're going to see how the MMRI responds. People use where is it? I don't even know where I put it. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to keep our eyes on this. Watch this number. I think we're going to drop below 200. We're going to end up dropping into a yellow zone there. You see how I numbered that for you? And the market's going to go on full-on orgasmic mode. Again, the economy is dead. It's been dead and buried around the world. Since the meltdown of 08, that was the moment when this whole thing ended. All we have now is debt on top of debt and currency devaluation on an epic scale. And now we're seeing all this inflation, but no one can tell you the truth. No one can tell you that. No one will allow you to know what's actually happening. You're going to get the blame game. You're going to be showed little things of Tic Tacs. Some people, and I'm talking about Trump here, and Kamala is in the same boat. They're both not on your side. But Trump uses props. You see this Tic Tac? Did you see the whole thing with the Tic Tacs? It made me want. I wanted to throw up. This big thing of Tic Tacs, now it's small, and that's Joe Biden's fault. Duh. That's how stupid he thinks you are. That's okay, man. That's okay. Like I said, Kamala doesn't know the difference. She doesn't probably understand big from small. Not calling her stupid. I just don't think she gets the situation at all. But that's just my thing. And it makes it worse because I really believe in my heart that Trump knows this stuff. Maybe he doesn't. I mean, he went to Wharton Business School and maybe he learned nothing. I have no idea. What if U.S. market cap grows? What if U.S. dollar market cap grows despite debasement? U.S. dollar market cap is ballooning. along with the rest of the world's currency, they're killing it. They're killing their currencies. This has never stopped. It never will stop until the implosion moment. The implosion moment of the debt. Currency is a unit of debt. It's all going to go up in flames. That's just why again, 25% of the world's gold under Wall Street. That should tell you something, people. Okay. And for those of you out here, just who don't like this stuff, I don't know what to tell you. All right, look, if you feel it's not right for you, and I get it every freaking day from people, oh, Greg, silver's the worst investment. How could you tell people to invest in silver? Gold is even worse than silver is. Blah, 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 blah. Come on. Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Me? Every one of us here, and I look, has a little different way of attacking a particular situation. There's no real one correct way. Okay, let me just explain that to you. The whole system makes sense to people in a different way as well. We all perceive things differently. You understand? So when you're looking at how to attack the market, we all have a different situation, obviously, a different financial situation here, maybe different goals, whatever it might be. I sincerely believe that we need to be very diversified. You cannot be all in on any one asset. You got to be very spread out here. You can be overweight. I've told you this a million times. Thanks. You can be overweight precious metals, absolutely, meaning, have more of your portfolio allocated there, but you got to be diversified. Greg, scientists from other countries are saying the impact is likely. Shingles and other singles. Dude, it could be anything. I have no idea. We haven't even, the clot vax is not just responsible for clots, but it's been responsible for a lot of other things too. And I think people, unfortunately, that have taken that thing, they have no idea what kind of a time bomb is in their body. And I really do believe that. But again, they're desperate to get more in you. It's whatever. Look, people, I could go on and on and on and on about this. I sincerely believe, and I've told you this for a long time, there's a couple of things that are going on. Number one, there's a natural selection process going on here. Survival of the fittest. It's been around since the creation of this thing, since our almighty creator started. This is the way he set this whole thing up. It's survival of the fittest, survival of the smartest. So that's number one. And number two, they want you dead. The powers that be want to extort more control out of you. It's easier to control a smaller population of this world. And we have to get ourselves in the right spots. Even those of us that are prepared, I sincerely believe this, what I'm going to tell you too. We're facing a worst case scenario. The more debt they pump into the system, that should be a big tell. They're leading us to a climax. The climax is going to shut down the system. Shut down the system first of all, the whole system is illiquid already. How do we know the system is illiquid? They keep pumping it with more debt. They can't stop. The moment that they were to stop pumping the system with more debt, we lock up. You understand? The system fails. So that's why you're seeing this exponential ballooning of debt under the last 3 presidents, okay? Going back to what we were talking about before here. Can't stop until we hit that wall. And they're going to pick a time of their own choosing for this to happen here. We're already in a full-blown liquidity crisis, so we can tell by what they're doing. When it actually hits, the system is going to lock up. And then this was reality. This is what was happening. Again, everyone was focused on the stock market in 2008. But the real underlying problem, why Bernanke rushed to Washington and said specifically on the weekend, by Monday, we won't have an economy. Look these words up for yourself. That's what he said. What he meant was the system was going to lock up. In other words, interbusiness lending was stopping. If that happens, when this happens, okay, no transactions can take place. Martin, thank you. No cash out of your bank. You can't get it out. It's gone. It's not even there anyway. We have a zero reserve system now, in case you don't know. No more fractional reserve. Okay. ATMs don't work. Credit cards don't work. Nothing works. Zero. The stores will be cleaned out in a nanosecond. There'll be nothing to get. We're going to run into a resource problem, a scarcity issue. There's going to be pandemonium in the streets. And what they're looking to do, people, look, please don't fall through this trap door. You can already see it all over online already. There are those out here that are looking to bring you down. There are some people that are saying, are you ready for this? That if Trump doesn't win, there's no winning here. In other words, if Trump isn't selected, there's going to be blood in the streets here. Again, that's what they want. They're trying to push people over the edge. That's why they have people divided. The hatred among people right now is so extreme that they don't care if they even kill each other. You understand me? I want to spread love, peace, and happiness. Okay, that's not what they want. They want hatred to their highest order. They want you to think of another person as almost like an insect, for which I really think we need to care for those things too. Yeah, Greg Mannarino is like a real nerd. If I find a bug in my house, I kind of pick it up and throw it outside. That's the kind of guy that I am. I believe we have responsibility to every living thing. I really, really do. But anyway, look, let's not talk about Greg Mannarino, whoever he is. Oh, yeah, that's me. Some people hate when I talk about myself in the third person. Now, whatever, it's coping mechanism. But anyway, what they're trying to do is, if you thought that the insurrection here, first of all, they took over the wrong institution. They should have went after the Federal Reserve. The guys over in the Federal Reserve just a few blocks away were laughing. They were laughing. They were saying, these people actually think that they run the world? What idiots. And they all were, of course. But they should have been going after the Fed. They're the ones that run it all. They're the government. They control the monetary system. They control the markets, the financial system, the transactions, everything, the flow of information. Everything is the Fed, the Fed, the Fed, the Fed. It's not these things. You think Pelosi, really? Or Biden, or even Kamala, or even Trump control the damn thing? No, they don't. How many years have I been telling you? They could put a farm animal behind the Resolute Task. Will make a difference. People, look. So like I said, it's National Dog Day. Let's do our thing. If you can't adopt a little guy like this one, and he'll be your crew chief for life, like this one is to me, please consider. What? Do I get another kiss? Another? Yeah. They'll even give you kisses if you're lonely. Just donate something, $2, $3. If you can't donate money, find some old towels, find an old sheet or something like that. I guarantee you, if you went on the website of your local shelter, they're going to tell you things that they need. And I guarantee you have stuff in your house that's probably been sitting there for years, maybe in your garage, in your basement or something that you don't use that they could use. So, and then on top of that, you can get a tax write-off if you want to. I mean, come on, man. Coco is romantic. Coco. You know how many people are looking at you right now? He doesn't seem to care. Anyway, look, guys and girls, I believe we're going to get out of here right now. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even notice that. We have over 2,000 people, 913 thumbs up. Look, people, we're all pretty okay here. Now, Jeff is a good guy, man. Jeff sounds like, that's what I'm talking about. You got people like that saying, what Jeff was trying to do is what most people do. They try to change themselves to be someone who they're not for maybe someone that may care for them. And by doing that, it's something that's against you, and it turns out to be against them. And look what happens. They fall apart. You got to look, there's a right person for everybody. Like I said, you be true to the Almighty and you be true to yourself. Everything else will literally just fall into place faster than you can possibly imagine. And better than you can possibly imagine. Dead Dollar. Jeff is my buddy. I talked about it earlier. Anyway, people, look, is there anything else you want to talk about before I get out of here? It just started pouring rain over here. I'm supposed to walk down to my buddy's house and do a little jamming. We're jamming on my less. Yeah. But I can't walk out there in the rain. But anyway, people, look, no, John. Lord Humongous seems to have gone. He might have been really gone because that guy was with me for so long. I prayed for this guy for so long, and I hope I know he's okay. Anyway, all right. Look, I think we're kind of getting out of here. This guy, he loves you from the heart, people. My sister Lori. Interesting that you brought that up. She just got a new scan, and I'm gonna look it over for her, and I'll give you an update on that. All right, people, we're out of here. All right. Love you from the heart. With all I got, I mean that. Thank you. Thank you for your love, your support. These thumbs up here. Get this video out there. I want to hear from you. So how many of you knew this? Anyway, 25% of the world's gold is hidden under Wall Street. Bank of America telling its clients to buy gold. That's insane. When you hear a Wall Street bank, any bank, tell you to buy gold, they don't want you to buy gold. No Wall Street CEO of any bank wants you in anything but the dollar or wherever you may live in the world, whatever currency you're forced to use. They don't want you buying things like cryptocurrency. They don't want you buying things like gold or silver, or they want you in the dollar or the euro or something else. So when you hear a Wall Street bank say buy gold, you know something's up, man. You know something's up. Yeah, that's the truth. There is a tunnel. That's true. Unbelievable, isn't it? Tunnel from the Fed to JP Morgan. Not many people know that, but that's pretty awesome that you do know that. Isn't that incredible? There is a tunnel that goes from the Federal Reserve to JP Morgan. You think they're just there just for fun? People, look, love you all from the heart. I mean that with all I got. Please take care of yourselves and each other. We will see each other in the morning. And that's it, okay? Bye.